is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That's brand new stuff from Mark Slaughter, taking himself away from the band of the same name a little bit. That one was called Miscellaneous, and on the phone right now we've got Mark Slaughter. Mark, how are you, man?
Great. How you doing, Chris?
Excellent, man. Well, Mark, different times for you. Obviously, your first solo album without the other guys that you're most known for playing with. So, talk a little bit about that. What led to the decision to do a solo record as opposed to a Slaughter record, and why you feel this is the right time to do so?
Well, I think that my guys have been out there playing shows with Vince Neil and doing their thing, and in the midst of it all, I was writing songs at home, and one thing led to another, and it was just one of those things to go, well, wait a second, this could, maybe I should just start releasing this stuff, because there were some really good, reactions to some of the music I was writing, and I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and put this forward and get it out there.
Sure. Now with the new record, Reflections in the Rearview Mirror, you actually, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but last year you kind of threw the hook in the water, so to speak, to see what was out there with Never Given Up. Although you did do that as a charity single, was that indeed kind of seeing what kind of interest was out there, or what?
No, it was kind of the first step of it all. I was just kind of seeing what people thought about it, and again, just trying to, just music. They're making music is kind of like, it's making art. So, for me, it was more about keeping the art going and being an artist, as opposed to, what's going to happen, how's this going to work. I just decided to put it out. I mean, there's no label. The label in the United States and Canada is me. And then, there's a European label and a Japanese label, which I signed an agreement with on that. But for the most part, I just wanted to, just kind of see how it works and how it's going, and just try to be in control of my own destiny here,
Sure. Now, and when you say you took control of your own destiny, you did in every way possible. You played all the instruments on the record, or except for in a couple of spots with the drums, and you obviously wrote without other guys. How much of a change was all of that for you? Did it feel completely foreign as you got started, or did it feel natural?
Well, it was foreign in some ways. I mean, I wasn't really thinking of this as being a record. I was more writing stuff for television and film, and then I got the reaction from people that it was really something very exciting and they were interested in, and so I went forward from there. But it is different. It's different in the side of we are all of a sudden you're starting to discuss things with other people. When you're writing with them, mm-hmm. and you're recording with them. When you're doing it yourself, you have to question yourself. Is that good? Is that bad? Do I need to change this? Do I need to change that? You start asking yourself those questions.
Sure. And when you do that, though, is it difficult to come to a place where you're like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do? Because I know for me personally, whenever I'm working on a project, I'm the biggest critic of my own work, where other people will just say, oh, yeah, it's fine. But I'll constantly be looking at it. Are you the same way?
Yes, I am. Exactly. Exactly. I don't stop. You have to, ultimately in that side of it, you just have to, art is never finished, it's just abandoned. And I think that you just have to kind of let it be, when it's done and be done with it.
Sure. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, Mark, is something outside of music a little bit, but it's something that you've done for a very long time, and it's probably the most admirable thing on your resume, is your constant charity work. You've kind of quietly always been, involved in various charities and whatnot, and right now is no exception from what I understand, working with both the Red Circle Foundation and working with St. Jude's Hospital. Talk a little bit about not only how you got involved in that, but why to you it's important that you give back the way you do.
Well, first of all, both charities, the money actually goes where you give the money. And, a lot of these charities that are out there, and, they'll take a portion of it, and they'll only take, just a small fraction of it to run basically they're running their administration that way. St. Jude, 86 cents of every dollar actually goes to the charity. Okay. They're operating on a very, small amount there. And the Red Circle Foundation, it's 100% of all the charity money goes to help these people in government gap funding where they drop the ball.
Right. Now with Red Circle especially, did you get involved with that charity because you knew people, that were, you knew soldiers that were hurt or families?
Well, the other thing, the song itself to me spoke very loudly in the side of kind of the wounded warrior thing at that time, and I just felt that this was, any of the money actually went to where it needs to go. I don't know the Wounded Warrior Foundation. I don't know how they work, and so I went with something where I knew the money actually went there. I've been to St. Jude Hospital. I've talked to administration. I've been a part of the Radio Cares program there, meaning, on the board. And so I know what happens in that. So I think it's really one of those things, if I'm going to steer people towards any charity, at least I know it's a charity that's going to go forward.
Excellent. Now, Mark, moving back to the record, it's been out for a little while now. And it really seems like it has sort of reached in and almost, I don't want to say grabbed the old audience, but it seems like you're getting a lot of, at least from online, you're getting a lot of love and praise for the record, from the fans that you've always had. With that happening, does that lead you to think about putting together a touring band to tour with, or what?
I'd like to do some shows. It's not like I'm looking to do a giant tour and walk where I came from with Slaughter, but, I'd like to do a few shows. I don't have anything planned at this point. For the most part, I'm staying focused again on all the Slaughter stuff. Okay. Which is, really where I'm at with the whole thing. It's just a different. I think it's just one of those things of just putting out art and being involved of having new stuff out there.
Sure. Definitely. Well, Mark, what does the rest of the year have in store for you? I know you do have some Slaughter gigs coming up, and you have some things going on there. So what all is coming up for the rest of the year for you?
A lot of Slaughter shows coming forward. I'm going to, continue to keep promoting this record. Again, I don't know what's going to happen with it or how it's going to go. It's more about the love and putting it out there, and anybody who's into what I've done before would probably like what I've done on this. So far, it seems that way anyway. And it's just a honest rock record. It's a classic rock record. It was, I'm not trying to be the new sound or anything else. I'm just staying where I've been, and the whole idea with Reflections in the Rearview Mirror is kind of going forward, but still looking back where you came from. Excellent. And that's kind of the whole mindset of the record.
Sure. Well, Mark, as we said, the name of the record is Reflections in a Rearview Mirror. It is, it's out there now. People can get it in digital or CD formats. And Mark, as a tradition on the show, we always let the artist pick a track from the record and maybe tell us a story about it to close the interview. So what would you like us to wrap this one up with?
Let's go with something hard and heavy. Let's go with Away I Go, which is pretty much what I feel like I do every weekend, where you hit the call button on the old airplane, and then you're off and running. And at the very end of that, my dog, who passed this January, Bubba, is snoring at the end of the song. So it's a lot of fun, and it's just a really a go-get-'em type song. So hopefully get everybody's adrenaline going. It's Away I Go.
All right, well, let's check it out right now. This is brand new stuff from Mark Slaughter right here on your Classic Metal Show.